Jacob, who later became Israel, the son of Isaac. Jacob's name means he grasps the heel, or supplanter, second-born twin son of Isaac and Rebekah, emerging immediately after his brother Esau. Even before his birth, God prophesied to Rebekah that 2 nations are in your womb. The 2 peoples from within you shall be divided. The one shall be stronger than the other. The older shall serve the younger. This prophecy set the stage for a life marked by struggle, deception, and ultimately divine transformation. From the youth, Esau and Jacob exhibited contrasting personalities. Esau was a skillful hunter and a man of the open country favored by Isaac. Jacob, in contrast, was a quiet man, dwelling in tents, and was loved by his mother Rebekah. Jacob first demonstrated his supplanter nature by acquiring Esau's birthright. Seeing his brother exhausted and famished, Jacob offered him a bowl of stew in exchange for his birthright. Esau valued immediate gratification over a sacred privilege, impulsively swore an oath and sold it. Years later, with the cunning help of his mother Rebekah, Jacob further deceived his blind, aged father Isaac, impersonating Esau to receive the patriarchal blessing intended for the firstborn. This act solidified Esau's hatred, prompting him to vow to kill Jacob after Isaac's death, forcing Jacob to flee for his life to his uncle Laban's household in Haran. Jacob experienced a pivotal encounter with God at Bethel. He dreamed of a ladder reaching to heaven with angels ascending and descending, and the Lord stood above it, reaffirming the covenant promises made to Abraham and Isaac: land, numerous offspring, and divine presence. This vision and promise marked the beginning of Jacob's journey of faith and dependence on God. Upon arriving in Haran, Jacob fell in love with Laban's daughter Rachel and agreed to serve Laban 7 years for her hand in marriage. However, Laban deceived Jacob, giving him Leah, his older daughter, instead. Jacob then had to work another 7 years for Rachel. This period saw the birth of most of Jacob's children through Leah, Rachel, and their respective maidservants, Bilhah and Zilpah, leading to the formation of the 12 tribes of Israel. Despite Laban's repeated attempts to cheat him, Jacob prospered greatly through divine blessing. God instructed Jacob to return to his homeland. Fearing Esau's wrath, Jacob sent messengers and gifts ahead. The night before meeting Esau, Jacob wrestled with a mysterious man who was God at the Jabbok ford. During the struggle, Jacob refused to let go until he received a blessing. His hip was dislocated, but he received a new name, Israel, meaning he strives with God, or God strives, because he had striven with God and with men and has prevailed. The reunion with Esau was surprisingly peaceful. Esau, instead of attacking, ran to Jacob, embraced him, and wept. The brothers reconciled, and Esau declined Jacob's gifts, stating he had enough. They then parted ways, each settling in their own territory. Jacob continued his journey, settling in Canaan. His later years was marked by both joy and sorrow, including the tragic defilement of his daughter Dinah, the death of his beloved Rachel, giving birth to Benjamin, and the long period of grief when he believed his favored son Joseph was dead. The dramatic reunion with Joseph in Egypt after years of famine and separation brought immense joy and peace to Jacob's final years. Jacob, along with his entire family, migrated to Egypt, where they lived for 17 years. On his deathbed, Jacob blessed each of his sons, prophesying over their future and their descendants, and adopting Joseph's sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, into the tribal system. He made Joseph promise to bury him in the cave of Machpelah in Canaan, alongside Abraham, Sarah, and Isaac, and Rebekah. Jacob died at the age of 147 and was given an elaborate burial, truly marking the end of an era of the patriarchs.
Subscribe to the channel, or St. Nicholas will slap you when you get to heaven.
Become a member of the channel and get exclusive members-only content, courses, articles, audio, and much more, all in one place. We add new materials every single month, and we'd love to have you. Check out the links in the description or in the links for the channel. Let's look at the themes in the story of Jacob. First, divine election and sovereignty. God's prophecy that the older would serve the younger demonstrates his sovereign choice, often defying human expectations and conventions. Jacob's early life is characterized by cunning and deceit, which, while achieving his desired outcome, also led to significant strife, fear, and exile. Third, transformation and redemption. The journey from supplanter Jacob to Jacob, the one who wrestles with God, which eventually was his name Israel. It is a transformation marked by encounters with God and ultimately dependence on him. Covenant faithfulness of God. God consistently reaffirmed and fulfilled his covenant promises made to Abraham and Isaac through Jacob. Struggle and perseverance. Jacob's life is a consistent struggle with Esau, with Laban, with himself, and with God, yet he perseveres through these challenges. Faith dynamics and dysfunctional relationships. The favoritism, jealousy, and deception within Jacob's own family, between him and Esau and among his sons, highlight complex human relationships. 7. Guidance through dreams and encounters. Jacob's life is punctuated by significant divine encounters through dreams at Bethel and direct confrontation at Jabbok, guiding him on his path. 8. He is the father of Israel. His 12 sons form the foundational 12 tribes of Israel, making him the patriarch of the nation. Let's look at some key points from the life of Jacob. All scripture references are below. He's the second-born twin son of Isaac and Rebekah. There's a prophecy of 2 nations and service. He's loved by Rebekah. He was a quiet man. He acquires Esau's birthright for stew. He deceives Isaac to steal Esau's birthright. He flees to Haran to escape Esau's wrath. He dreamed of a ladder to heaven at Bethel. He works 7 years for Rachel, deceived by Laban and Leah. He works another 7 years for Rachel. He fathered 12 sons and a daughter who became the tribes of Israel. He prospered greatly through Laban's flocks. He wrestled with God. His name changed to Israel. He reconciles with Esau. He buried Rachel on the way to Ephrath. He mourns Joseph, believing him dead. He migrates to Egypt during the famine. He meets Pharaoh in Egypt. He blesses Joseph's sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. He blesses all his sons before his death. And he died at 147 years old in Egypt, and is buried in Canaan. Jacob, the son of Isaac, the younger brother of Esau.
Subscribe to the channel or St. Nicholas will slap you when you get to heaven.